Hey everyone, I'm Brenton and welcome to Brenton's Question of the Week. Questions that collectors think about but don't always ask. So last week's question is discussing pricing and shipping because you are unhappy with how they are trending, a form of collector entitlement. Here are some of the responses from the community. Nathan Chafman said, I think some feel entitled to it, others roll with the punches a bit more. For me, it's more curiosity than anything else. I'm all about factual data and am more interested in knowing the intricacies of the industry. If a company charges more for shipping but is upfront about the why, then we as collectors could make an educated choice on whether or not to give them our hard-earned money. Cheers. Knight said, I haven't been collecting for long, but all I've ever heard is how prices of statues and shipping are getting out of control. Honestly, if you're a collector and you're going to buy, and then there's everyone else. Jelena Rakic said, long story short, we considered getting out of the hobby, like for real, if we have possibility to finish POs from last year, and that is it. If someday that smelly shipping comes a little bit down, then maybe we continue to collect. Joseph R. said, cost of shipping is the elephant in the room right now. One, it feels like there is some shady stuff going on by a couple of companies in that regard. And two, yes, you are paying for a service, but at the end of the day, it's still lost money on top of the cost of the statue. I consistently get better shipping rates from individual collectors than statue companies. I'm fine with paying shipping, but if companies are padding shipping cost, it's worth discussing. Nothing will change, but it shouldn't be ignored either. Thank you all for the great responses. And this week I've been thinking about, do certain companies have a stigma within the collecting community? And generally when I'm thinking of stigma, it's a negative stigma. So, for example, in statues, maybe Diamond Select and Sideshow, they kind of have a stigma attached to them. A lot of collectors think, these are lower tier, worse products than what you would get from other companies. And I don't think that's always true. So especially when it comes to Sideshow, because I haven't seen any proof that other companies are using some factories out there that no one else is allowed to use. So for example, XM, Prime 1, Queen, it's not like they have some special factories that only they use. From what I could gather, I'm pretty sure every statue company uses the same factories. But it always feels like those companies, Sideshow and Diamond Select, are looked down upon as a entry level big box store. It's just all these negative things that come along with it that signify that this is cheap. And I think we need to wake up and realize that's not the case. Like, the quality on most Sideshow pieces is generally pretty high, and it's up there with the other companies. And, then you have to really start to question, what exactly are you paying for? If you're buying a quarter scale at retail that's, $1,200 when you can also get them for $600. So thank you everyone for watching. Please feel free to answer in the comments and come back next week to hear what other collectors had to say and for another hard-hitting question.